This is Kyoko-san. She's my mom's friend from Japan, and this is Viyaura, me, a person who can't speak Japanese but still wants to be friends with Kyoko-san. So I had the delusional idea to improve my Japanese in the 3 months before flying to Asia and meeting up with Kyoko-san for the end goal of having a full 5-minute conversation with her all in Japanese. So let's go. それとも行きましょう. So I can just give you a quick snapshot of what we're working with. はい、はじめまして。私はバイオラです。おばあさん作ったの豚です。豚、かわいいね。これはピンクの豚。これは青いの豚。これは、私のメガネ。本物のメガネじゃないですけど、なんていうか、ちょっと待ってください。Blue lens? I don't even know how to say it in English. What's it called? Hi, by the way, I have learned some Japanese in school beforehand and have a basic understanding of the language, but it's still by no means good, as you can tell. Like here's what we're working with. はい。メガネです。はい、これはちょっとデスクツアーじゃないですけど、今日じゃない。これは Okay, I think that's enough of my broken Japanese, but I think now you know. Instead of going from 0 to 100, it's more like going from like 20 to 100. Anyway, here's the game plan. We all know when it comes to learning something new, it can get boring and quite tedious, so I decided to turn it into a fun little competition. And what I mean by that is there are 5 tools that I used to improve my speaking skills. TikTok, YouTube, movies and shows, language apps, and textbooks. And after our language learning journey, I'll rank them on a scale of boring to fun, easy to hard, how much I feel like I actually learned from them, and overall which one I just like doing the best. And you know, since I'm rating these language tools, I think it's only fair to let Kyoko-san rate my Japanese speaking skills, so if I'm brave enough, I'll ask her to rate my speaking skills. Spoiler alert, I did, and I was very shocked, but don't skip to the end. It's funner if you see my behind the scenes training arc first, which comes to the first tool I used, TikTok. So when it came to TikTok, I knew it would be pretty baseline beginner casual speaking Japanese, which is great, and I came across these 4 accounts that I found the most useful. Okay, I lied. This one really kind of isn't an account. It's more so like a genre, which is street interviews, and then I just typed in Japan, so they're like speaking Japanese. Also kind of unrelated, if you hear a lisp, it is because I'm wearing my retainer. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Anyways, so I like street interviews because it's kind of like you hear a little bit more casual kind of talking.
なんかまあ生まれも育ちも日本で、住んだことあるのも日本だけなんですけど、見た目がやっぱり外国人なんで、いくら頑張っても日本人にはなれないんですよ。
はじめまして、緑です。あ、どうぞ、お邪魔します。
Also, if and when we do the finale reveal, I will have to have a full 5-minute conversation with Kyoko-san. So in a way, it's kind of like an interview. Like I'm going to be asking her questions. Maybe she'll like ask me some questions. So if I watch these, then it's going to like improve my interview skills. So when it comes to language, you know, there's reading, writing, speaking, listening, comprehension, and so much more. So for the sake of this 3-month challenge and my sanity, we are just going to focus on speaking, specifically like casual day-to-day Japanese with emphasis on learning proper intonations and just sounding a little bit more fluent. Okay, hi, so I'm a few weeks in and I've been watching a lot of her videos.
I've been self-studying Japanese for 7 years and let me teach you guys how to do it exactly in 1. 私13歳の時に日本語を勉強始めたんだけど、一番最初にやったことがアプリなんだよね。とりあえずアップストアのアプリを全部ダウンロードして、まあ全部じゃないんだけど。
And while watching her videos, I made sure to have the mental note. I was like, okay, when I talk to Kyoko-san, I have to make sure that I'm still using polite form to talk with her. Because in Japanese, you can speak with like impolite and polite form. So of course, I had to make sure to use polite form with Kyoko-san. The last 2 are more structured for like actually learning Japanese grammar or sentence structure. I think a really good starter question is I could ask Kyoko-san like what her favorite food is. I don't know. They have a hamburger and like a rice ball. So it just reminded me of food. So this was literally me scrolling through their account for the past 3 months on TikTok.
Book Japanese versus Slang Japanese. こんにちは。おつ。僕はラーメン屋を Google で調べる。俺も Google よ。
I also watched so many of her TikToks. She emphasizes the difference between like 2 words that sound very similar, like maybe 1 vowel apart.
10と10の
違い
And perhaps I should have paid closer attention. Subtle foreshadowing again, perhaps. Nonetheless, that was my very summarized 3-month TikTok Japanese learning journey, and here are my ratings. On a scale of boring to fun, I think it was quite fun. On the scale of easy to hard, I would say quite easy. And I feel like I actually learned quite a bit, so I would give it a 7 out of 10. Next up, we have YouTube. Okay, stop. I gotta be completely honest. So welcome to my little editing cubicle and croissant making video that hopefully you can enjoy while I'm telling you my deep secret. It's not really a secret. I don't know why I said that. I just gotta be honest, okay? So despite this being a 3-month journey, I did not study every single day. I did review and practice over the 3 months, of course. However, I did not lock in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna study every day for 90 days because I just got, a little bit busy and I just didn't really feel like it some days. And I felt like if I really pressured myself to study every single day, it just wouldn't be a fun challenge. And I feel like number one priority is always, just to have fun and enjoy what you're doing. You don't just watch a few YouTube videos and you're boom, fluent, obviously. Just I truly wish I was a fluent croissant maker, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I just if I watch a lot of croissant making videos, I can make the perfect croissant. Anyways, that's off topic. Nonetheless, YouTube was where I feel like I could really get to know more about Japanese grammar and sentence structure. So I was listening to a lot of YouTube channels like Daily Japanese with Naoko-san.
太陽が夜になくなることを日が沈むと言います。私の周りでたくさん風邪をひいた人を聞きます。そう結構いろんな人が風邪をひいたと言っています。だから皆さん体調は大丈夫ですか？
Japanese conversations with Ken-san.
初めて来たんですけど、
はい、
おすすめは何ですか？
おすすめは鉄板あんかけスパになります。
あ、これ、
はい、
名古屋名物の。
はい、そうですね。
美味しそうです。
はい。
最近直子さん結構忙しいですか？
そうですね、最近は結構バタバタしてましたね。今日はちょうどいい気分転換になりました。
よかった。
And speak Japanese naturally with Fumi-san.
ケンタッキーフライドチキンを食べる人も多いです。24日にケンタッキーの前を通るとすごい行列ができています。西側の地域の細い道を歩きます。新しい家や古い家、綺麗な家やそうじゃない家などいろいろあります。日本の小さい町の住宅街が実際はどんな感じかわかると思います。
So let me just show you my YouTube history real quick. It's just all random Japanese learning and some Studio Ghibli music. And I would just kind of be drawing or editing in the background, cooking or baking and just having them talk in the background. And then that is when I realized my huge mistake. I wasn't actually speaking any Japanese out loud. I was kind of doing it a lot in my head, and I was doing a lot of passive listening too. And I feel like that and speaking out loud just makes a huge difference. So I started speaking to my mom in Japanese at random times. 今日は雨降りそうね。
そうね。
明日何食べましょうか？ Noodles. Yeah, so sorry mom for having to put up with my very annoying and questionable Japanese. But yeah, you can see that my tone and my intonations are extremely beginner. Here was what I was aiming for.
朝8時くらいに起きて顔を洗って歯を磨きました。
クロワッサン作りたい。難しい。So yeah, big difference. But besides YouTube videos for just being a great place for me to just constantly listen to Japanese, because I have autoplay and it's just great. It just keeps going. So yeah, YouTube was great as it made me realize that speaking the language out loud versus language in your head really makes a big difference. You can't just do passive listening all the time. So if I were to rate YouTube on a scale of boring to fun, it was definitely very fun. And on a scale of easy to hard, I'm gonna say it was medium. Actually, that's a terrible answer. I'm gonna say it's leaning more towards easy, and I feel like I learned a lot more on YouTube, so I'm gonna give this an 8.76 out of 10. Also, look at how lovely their croissants turned out. Mine will one day be like that, I swear. Maybe. Look at that. Okay, be honest. Are you here because you watch anime? I'm not judging you, but are you? We should just be friends. Like, comment your favorite anime down below, favorite anime character. Let's get the ball rolling. You best believe I will be hearting all the comments from people with good taste in anime. Wait, no. What if I ask Kyoko-san her favorite anime? So yeah, I've been watching animes, Japanese shows, and a lot of movies outside of this 3-month journey because I think a big part of getting to sound fluent is just through listening and reading subtitles directly from the target language. And it's funner than a textbook, you know? Which is why it was so cool when I came across LingoPie, because they basically spoke to me. They were like, hello, we are a language learning platform that helps people learn new languages by watching TV. I was like, no way! Because they even have interactive subtitles they can click for instant translation, personalized flashcards, and even language quizzes. That is so cool. Plus, with the double subtitles, you'll still be able to know what's going on in the show. Also, don't worry if you are a complete Japanese beginner, they have a romaji or a phonetics function. So if you haven't memorized every single character yet, it's a great function that still allows you to practice the pronunciation. Now, I know I'm mainly using it for Japanese, but they have 9 languages and over 3,000 shows and movies just for you. So make sure to use the exclusive discount and check out LingoPie in the description. So thank you again, LingoPie, for sponsoring this video. I will literally go watch some shows after this in Japanese, and you can too, because they got so many movies waiting just for you. Anyways, would it be bad if I made like this movie and anime section the longest? Like, I can already imagine the final video. The textbook section is gonna be like 10 seconds long, maybe less. And then anime and movie, I could literally do a video per anime. I'm not gonna do that, don't worry. I already spam enough in my Instagram stories. So I might be the wrong person to give any insight on this, but just a quick side challenge. Can you learn Japanese from anime? I'm actually gonna have to say yes. But again, who am I to say so? My Japanese kinda sucks. But I feel like it would suck more if I didn't watch anime. So here are some random words I just know because of anime, and the words get even more uncommon as the list goes on. But hey, if anyone can write a sentence or two with all these words, please be my guest. I'm curious to see how creative you can get. But without further ado, Yaiba is blade from Kimetsu no Yaiba. Moippon is one more from Haikyuu. Juryoku is gravity from Bungo Stray Dogs. Hari is needle from Hunter x Hunter. Bakatsu is explosion from My Hero Academia. Dorobo is thief from Tokyo Revengers. Hua Hua is soft from Food Wars. Boken is adventure from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Tamashi is soul from Jujutsu Kaisen. Habidachi is departure from Assassination Classroom. Hagane is steel from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Hyojin is titan from Attack on Titan. Hyuketsuki is vampire from Vanitas no Cart. Genshijin is caveman from Dr. Stone. Nora is stray from Noragami. Zou is statue from Frieren. Kanshi camera is security camera from Death Note. Hasogare is twilight from Spy Family. Soushoku Dobutsu is herbivore from Beastars. Seikishi is holy knight from Seven Deadly Sins. And Sekkikyu is red blood cells from Cells at Work. Wow, give yourself a round of applause. You just listened to a crash course of 21 vocab words. Again, if you are creative enough to think of a few sentences with all these words and it makes sense, please leave it in the comments because I'm just so curious what you guys come up with. The animes that I named were just the ones where I learned the words from. Obviously, you can learn the words from different animes, but as you can see, you learn some very niche words from anime. So does anime help improve your Japanese? I'm gonna have to say yes. And as for reality TV shows, if you're curious, I watched Terrace House and Love is Blind Japan. I just realized both reality TV shows are relationship and love related. What does that say about me? I don't know, but they were fun to watch. Hi, let's do a live rating because guess what? I just cleaned my desk. Look at this warm glow. Okay, so anime, movie, TV shows, I will have to obviously give this a very fun. And on a scale of easy to hard, I can't give it a hard. It's very easy to consume, very easy to, process. However, the catch is, I don't think I learned too much, especially in comparison to the other things. Very specific number. I don't know why. It came to me. It felt right. This one, by the way, I will answer at the end, so hang in there. Hello, it is now the perfect time to do a side challenge. I love my side challenges. So I actually had a recent, I don't know why I said recent. It's not really recent. So I had a video of mine actually go a little bit controversial in the online Japanese sphere. In this video, I kind of compared different countries' uses eye tutorials, and Japan was one of them. And a lot of Japanese netizens were actually quite upset with the way that I drew the Japanese eye. Long story short, they were just a little bit upset that I didn't pick a more recent Japanese eye style tutorial to follow. Rather, I chose like a more 80s style. So for this fun side challenge, I just picked 6 from the many Japanese comments, and I'm just gonna try and read it with my best Japanese speaking skills. Okay. 日本でこんな目描いてる人初めて見た. How is that? Also, the thing about this is I don't know how good I'm doing, so if you can speak Japanese, feel free to rate my Japanese speaking skills right now. 日本の目、なんでその角度の目を選んだ? I feel like that was so bad. 日本のスタイルは無限にあって一つではないんだよ。80年代から現在まで。Not very good. 他の国は真似してるだけ。この人日本のこと嫌いの? This one's funny. I don't hate Japan. I very much love Japan. Next up, we have language apps. Now, I know a lot of you probably know Duolingo, but I actually did not use Duolingo. You can actually see I uninstalled it because I used Anki. While watching a lot of TikTok and YouTube about learning Japanese, a lot of them actually recommended Anki. Not a lot of people recommended Duolingo. So people were speaking so highly of Anki. Like, productivity YouTubers had 3-hour videos on how great it was and how to use it and like a whole master class, and I was like, wow, okay, this must be like the best app for learning and memorizing things. So here are the 2 main decks that I use. I don't know, everyone on Reddit just recommended these ones, so that's what I went with. And I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because I'll be completely honest, I did the 2 sessions every day before bed for like 2 weeks, and then I just kind of stopped. Which, hey, if you think about it, that's not bad because I did do it every day, but still no excuses. I didn't find it really useful for my specific Kyoko-san scenario. I could see this being great, like super excellent for studying and memorizing vocabulary, but I just feel like prioritizing Anki would not be the best move for me, especially for this challenge. And can we talk about how it's actually kind of complex? Like, now I see why there are 3-hour master classes to understand this app. Hello, I am back for another live rating. I don't know, I think it's just more fun live. So on a scale of boring to fun, I'm sorry, I have to give it a boring. I feel like I have to explain myself before like the Anki fan group comes at me. I really do like it, and I think it was just for this scenario, it just didn't work for me. I definitely see myself using it outside of this challenge when I'm actually trying to learn like vocab and just trying to get a deeper grasp of the language. But since we're gonna do like a 3-month crash course, I kind of have to, you know, speed by and just like watch some videos. And also it was a little bit boring. I'm sorry. I don't really like school, okay? Anyways, so I think it was easy. I feel like it could have been hard, but I think I accidentally just chose an easy deck, so. And how much I feel like I actually learned? I feel like I learned quite. I need to stop saying quite. I feel like I learned more than I had realized. Like, it stuck with me a lot more, which is obviously the point. Okay, I was gonna give it a 9, but to be honest, I really don't think it deserves that, so maybe like a 7.3 out of 10. Now listen, I said textbook would probably be the most boring section out of all the sections, but I take it back because this one could actually be quite fun because I have a friend who currently lives in Japan, and we talk once every week to do a mini language exchange where I teach her some English and she teaches me some Japanese. So here are some fun text message exchanges that we've had. Also, you might be wondering, why is this in the textbook section? It's because we base our conversation off this textbook, so I'm gonna consider it textbook, okay? Because realistically, this is what my textbook work looked like, and this is just boring, okay? That is why I'm showing you our texts instead for this segment. All right, let's read some conversations. So she sent me some nice sushi and burgers, very cute. She's a real foodie, so she sends me a lot of food pics, and then if I find like fun videos, and then she'd be like, haha, so funny. She also really likes yogurt, so she sent me her favorite yogurt, and I was like, oh, aloe vera. I also like aloe vera. Oh, and if you remember our fun side challenge when I got a lot of Japanese comments, I sent her some of them, and I was like, oh, look at these, and then we had a nice voice call after, and then she sent me one of her favorite songs. Check it out. She has good music taste. A lot of the times when we're going through the textbook, we also throw in some of our own vocab words that we think could be useful to the other person, so she sends me some Japanese vocab words, and she also has an English-Japanese textbook. Sometimes we look at my textbook, sometimes we look at her textbook, so we just send each other photos of the pages, and then we just talk on voice call and kind of go over it together. Oh my gosh, and do you remember when we were looking at croissants before? I sent her some of my croissant photos. I was very proud of this batch. Alright, that is all I have for the textbook section. We're gonna move on to rating it. You know, I've been hating on textbooks the entire video, and rightfully so, because I'm gonna give it a very boring. And on a scale of easy to hard, it was, I would say it was like, it's leaning towards hard. But I think I did actually learn probably one of the most, so maybe I'm gonna give it like a 8 8.3 out of 10. And last but not least, which one I liked the best overall? Keyword is liked, not which one was the best in terms of learning more. I am gonna have to give it to anime. I have to be completely honest, right? Now in like 10 seconds, I'll show you our full Japanese conversation. Will my studying pay off? I don't know, we'll see. But as we wrap up this 3-month journey, I decided to draw Kyoko-san and you watching this lovely sakura as a symbol of my appreciation. If you are listening to this secret message, if you don't know, I hide secret messages in all my videos. Feel free to leave a sakura flower emoji in the comments and we can just have an entire field of flowers in the comments. I think that'd be beautiful. This message is not just for Kyoko-san, it's also for you, everyone who has been watching up to this point. This lovely cherry blossom, just for you. A sign of my appreciation. Okay, enough of that. I know you're just here to hear me embarrass myself with terrible Japanese. So here we go, my unscripted conversation with Kyoko-san, and be sure to stick to the end to hear her rate my speaking skills.
これで聞こえる？聞こえますか？
今日のゲストは京子さんです。
はい。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
助けてくれてありがとう。
いいえ。
好きな食べ物は何ですか？
一番好きな食べ物は、チョコレートです。
チョコレートです。私も、いや、ちょっと、チョコレートはあまり好きじゃないです。私は。
甘いものはあまり好きじゃないですか？
そう、しょっぱいの食べ物の方が好き。
じゃあ、ケーキとか、そういうものは全然食べないんですね。
そうだね。はい。ケーキはあまり好きじゃないです。はい。京子さんはケーキが好き？
ケーキも大好きです。
チョコレートケーキ？
チョコレートケーキも大好きですね。
どんな、他にも、味のケーキが好きですか？
普通の生クリームってわかります？ just 本当のホワイト白いクリームのそうバニラバニラのシンプルなイチゴが乗ったケーキとかはすごい好きです。
すごいすごい。
とにかく甘いものが大好き。
はいはい。じゃあキャンディーは？
キャンディーも好きですよ。
キャンディーも好き？日本のキャンディーは？
日本のキャンディーもたくさん美味しいキャンディーがあるので、すごいよく食べます。
いいね。いいね。
クッキーも好きです。
クッキー。
クッキーとかも。
自分作ったクッキー。
昔はよく自分で作ってました。でも今は作ってないけど、クッキーも好きですね。
チョコレートチップクッキー？
チョコレートチップクッキー好きですね。
いいね。じゃあ、あまり好きじゃない食べ物は何ですか？
あまり好きじゃない食べ物は、そうね。昔に比べたら、結構何でも食べれるようになったけど、苦手なものはね、そうね、何かな。あれとかがダメかな、私はちょっとこう、生臭いものって言ったら、ちょっと匂いが強いものとかは、ちょっとあまり好きじゃない。
スティンキー豆腐？
台湾で有名な、ちょっと臭豆腐っていうのかな。ちょっと、匂いが強い。
そう、はい。わかります。
そういうのはちょっと、難しいかな。苦手かな。
わかります。
じゃあ、バイオーラさんは、どういうものが苦手ですか？食べ物で。
コリアンダー。コリアンダーのはちょっと強い。そう。
味もダメ？味も苦手ですか？
そう。
匂いもダメですか？
匂いは強くない？
匂いがそんな強くない。まあちょっと味が食べた時が。
ソープみたい。私にとって。
なるほどね。
ソープ。
わかります。じゃあなんかこう、ミントとかも。
それもちょっと
苦手？じゃあちょっとやっぱり匂いが、っていうかちょっと味が強いものとかが、独特なものが嫌いなんですね。
セロリも。
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 そうですね。
はい
セロリもちょっとね、
うん
独特ですもんね。
そう。時々人参
人参
人参、キ
あ
ャ
ー
ロット。
うんうんうん。
人参は。
人参もダメですか？
時々、
ん
はい。時々、スープに行ったら、それも
あ、ー
それは OK です。
うんうん。生ってロー。
ラー。そうそうそう。
ラー
ラーはダメです。
あ、ダメ
そうダメです。はいうん
そうなんですね。
はいでも、はい。他に、安いは OK です。
他は大丈夫？
野菜。
野菜ですね。
他にも OK。
うんうん
はい。じゃあ、好きな動物がありますか？いますか？
私は猫がすごく好きです。
猫
はい。
ペット。
ペットで、家に
うん
2匹飼ってます。
おー、すごい。
はい。今18歳と15歳ぐらい。
2
2人とも、2匹とも長生きです。
おー。
ロングライフ。
おー、いいね、いいね。色は何ですか？
色は、1匹は、茶色
茶色。
ブラウンで
そうそうそう。
すね。で、1匹は、なんていうのかな。サバが、ああいうこう感じの、ちょっとこう、暗い黒い感じの、黒っぽい感じの色のにゃんこちゃんです。
かわいいね。
かわいいです。
写真がありますか？
あります。
後で
お見せしますね。
はい、ありがとうございました。
じゃあ、バイオーラさんは、どういう動物、何か好きなものありますか？
はい。前に、マンタ。
マンタ
はい。前にマンタが一番好きな動物。でも、最近、カピバラカフェに来ました。
カフェがあるんですか？
そうそう。それあと、カピバラが一番好きな動物です。そう。
カピバラのカフェは、どこのカピバラカフェに行ったんですか？
台北に。
台北にあるんですか？
そうそうそう。来ました。それあと、超かわいい。
超かわいい。
そう。それ、今一番好きな動物はカピバラ。はい。
そのカピバラは、そのカフェで、触ることはできましたか？
そうそう。
触って。そう、どんな感じでした？
ちょっと、hard。
硬い？
そう、硬い。
毛が硬い。
硬い。そう。
で、おとなしいですか？カピバラはおとなしい。
チュー。とてもチュー。優しい。
優しい。
そう。優しい。
何匹いたんですか？2
匹
?2 匹
?2 匹。そうそう、2匹。
日本では、動物園にカピバラがいるんですけど、冬になると、温泉に入るんです。本当
かわいい
動物園の人たちが温かいお湯を用意して、カピバラがその中に入っていきます。
かわいい。
すごいかわいい。で、ずっと使ってる冬の間は、やっぱり寒いから、多分あったかいお湯が気持ちがいいんだと思います。
じゃあ、ラスト。はい。一番好きなアニメがありますか？
今私が一番好きなアニメは、日本のスパイファミリーが、
スパイファミリー
が大好きで、早く次が出ないかなと思って、ちょっとワクワクしてます。
私もスパイファミリーが好き。
大好きです。面白いですよね。
大好き。はい。好きなキャラクターは
アーニャ。アーニャが大好き。
アーニャさん、かわいい。
かわいいですよね。
そう。アーニャさんの、犬もかわいい。
犬もかわいい。
ボンド。そう。かわいい。かわいい
ですよね。
漫画読めました？
漫画は、読んでないんですけど、アニメのテレビで、アニメが放送されるので、それで見たりしてます。じゃあ、バイオーラさんは、今何か好きなアニメありますか？
たくさんあります。デスノート？
デスノート？
デスノートと暗殺教室。
すごいいっぱい知ってますね。
本当？
私、全然それは見たことないです。はい、題名だけはよく、知ってます。有名ですよね。
鬼滅の刃と進撃の巨人が好き。
鬼滅の刃も私も好きです。
日本で超人気。
そうそう、超人気、超人気。そうそうそうそう。
はい、そう。映画も。
見ました？
うん、見ました。全部見ました。
私も全部見ました。
本当に
そうそうそう。
映画館で。
テレビで見ました。テレビでやってて。映画館に行きましたか？
はい。映画館で、泣きました。泣きました。
そうなの。
Hello, welcome to my desk. But that was my 5-minute conversation with Kyoko-san. Now, before I show you her rating of me, I think I should rate myself. I'm gonna have to give myself like a 3 out of 10 because honestly, looking back at it now, I think I was just so nervous. I forgot everything I learned and just kind of like reverted back to my basic sentence structure, and I didn't remember like proper tones and intonations. So 3 points for understanding and being able to have a conversation at least. But aside from that, I think I have to practice for more than 3 months next time. Alright, and here's her rating of me.
発音ですね。発音。私は、バイオラさんの発音は、とても、綺麗で、よく発音されてたと思います。私は 4.5 をつけたいと思います。4.5。すごい、とても上手でした。本当に上手でした。綺麗な日本語です。
ありがとうございました。
はい。
でもいえ、まだまだ。
でも頑張ってくださいね。本当すごい上手でしたよ。
はい。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
はい。皆さん、京子さん、改めてありがとうございました。もし興味があれば、時間がある時に、まだ日本語を練習しています。でも最近ちょっと忙しい。でも、頑張ります。これは見てくれてありがとう。これは私のカピバラです。Okay, I talk too much. Okay, bye! かわいい。本当に可愛い。可愛い。可愛い。